How you doing? It's Kwai here. In this video, we're going to be covering Darren Hardy's Living Your Best Year Ever. So this is a fantastic book that shows you how you can actually live your best year ever, as the book title promises, and it gives you actually the concepts and the blueprint in actually laying down a foundation that enables you to achieve the life of your dreams. So let's have a look, shall we? Alright, so this is the front cover, Living Your Best Year Ever. This is by Darren Hardy. The subtitle of this is A Proven System for Achieving Big Goals. And this is all about lifestyle design. It's all about designing your life. It's not about just financial, right? A lot of people think that you're just trying to, if you just make money and that's it. But there's a lot to it, to designing a good life. So let's have a look at the contents. So he goes on, he's got the acknowledgements, introduction, step 1, why it's important, why is more important than the how. Step 2 is a year in review. So you're looking at your year. Step 3 is foundation of abundance. Step 4 is the balance sheet. Step 5, grand design. Number 6, magic factor of achieving your goals. Step 7 is another magic factor. Step 8 is call to action, and then you got the worksheets as well. Okay, so most of it is concepts here. The introduction mostly is all concept, and then it gets into the blueprints, and then it gives you all these worksheets that you can just take and apply in your life. Okay, so dream no small dreams, for they have no power to move the hearts of men. So what he's talking about is you got to have a big dream. You got to have big goals, good ambitions if you want to make it in this world. So he goes on, it's got the acknowledgements, more quotes, fantastic. And then he talks about the top 3%. So a lot of people who are in the top 3% of the world population, they are goal setters. Like people who have big goals, they've got big bank accounts. That's basically the whole essence of people in the top 3%. So if you want to achieve a big good life, you got to have goals. Okay. So the introduction talks about a bit of background on Darren Hardy's, how he started off. If you know his story, he was actually part of a large family, and he didn't get a lot of attention as he was growing up. His dad was very strict, very bold, and in order to get any attention, you need to achieve. So that's where he came across a lot of personal development and goal achieving metrics as well. The why is more important than the how. So in this first step, Darren talks about why it's important for you to have a why. The reason why you got to have a why is because if you don't have a why, then it's not going to really push you ahead to go out there and achieve those things that you want to achieve. So if you just set a goal to just achieve the goal and that's it, it's not enough. You got to have, why is it that you're going to achieve? Why is it that you want to achieve that goal? Is it because you want a better lifestyle? Is it because you want a better family? Is it because you want to feel more appreciated? That why is going to drive you to achieve that goal. So it's very, very important. So then he goes on, and so there's also step number 2. So he gives off a lot of action items as well. So it's important to take action after every chapter. Step 2, the year in review. So he talks about why most goal setting fails as well. So a lot of people set New Year's resolutions, right? And then what tends to happen is that they just write it down, they put it away, and nothing really happens. Fast forward 2 months down the track, and none of those goals are achieved. So what happens is that he analyzes this, and he realizes that there's a lot of issues with that type of thinking. You can't just set New Year's resolutions and then expect it to achieve, because it's all talk. There's no reinforcement. There's no account. There's a lot of issues with that, and that's the typical thing people tend to do on New Year's Day, is to set those goals, but it just doesn't seem to work, right? So step 3, foundation of abundance. So this chapter talks about the importance of having it all. You want to focus on health, wealth, relationships. You want to focus on your business. You want to focus on your lifestyle. There's a lot of important parts of goal setting. It's not just achieving a goal, right? So he talks about achieving your fullest potential, and this part here, input, thought, expectation, create life results. So this is a really good formula that he has, and it's all about just following that formula. So if you want to be grateful, I'll just skip that one. I'm not too sure about that one there. So in this part here, this action step is to be grateful for what you have, because if you're not grateful for what you have, then you're not going to be happy with what you've got when you achieve it. And if you're not grateful for that, you're just not going to feel happy. It's not going to propel you into doing more things. So it's important to have the things that you're grateful for what you currently have in your life as well. Okay, so step 4 is your balance sheet. So this is where it gets into the nitty-gritty of how to actually do it. So you got to build a life plan, okay? And then he talks about thinking about what is it that you want to achieve. So do you want to achieve a nice house? Do you want to achieve you want to go traveling every year? You want to go big. You want to think big. You want to have these big goals, because the worst thing that you can ever do is that if you've got small goals and you achieve them, then that's a small goal. So you're going to end up regretting that. You want to think big. Go really, really big. So that's really, really cool. And there's also a way where you can download the free core values assessment. The core values assessment is what really drives you as a person. What do you really value in your life? And it's a really good exercise for you to go through. Step 5 is the grand design. So this is where you're actually putting pen to paper and you're ready to proclaim your BHAG, so otherwise known as big, hairy, audacious goals, which is going back to your big planning and big thinking. Obviously, you probably already know this, but they got to be smart goals. So you got to be specific, it's got to be measurable, it's got to be attainable, it's got to be relevant and time sensitive as well. So make sure that your goals are smart, and if you has those, then you've got a higher chance of actually achieving it. So it's really good. So I want to cover this particular area here. So the magic factor of achieving your goals, the U factor. So this part here is the different areas that you want to sort of like measure in terms of life fulfillment, because it's not just, a lot of people just tend to think that, okay, if I'll just get rich and everything in my life will work out. Well, we do know that money affects everything, but the thing is, it's not everything, right? You still got to have good health, you still got to have good relationships, you got to have a good business, and you got to work on yourself as well. I'm pretty sure that you've met people out there who's got a lot of money, but they're just rotten people. But you've met other people who might not have much, but they seem to have it all, right? So they've got great health, relationships, business, and everything. They might have okay wealth, but they seem to be very happy. They've got everything, and that's the thing, is that you want it all. You want to try and achieve everything. So then he's got a really good chapter on where you can plan it. So this step 4 is you want to assess the areas of your life. So remember how we're talking about the health, wealth, relationships, and so forth. So this is how you can check to see where you are in your particular area of your life. So I spend at least 10 hours of focus time with my family each week. So you want to mark an area there, and it's really good. You can actually just see which areas in which you're lacking and so forth. Just be honest when you're filling out this this assessment. Business and financial, it covers financial, spiritual as well, and mental too. So it's very important, and also lifestyle too. So this is a part where I'm working as well. So when I was starting out in my 20s, I was just focused on work. But then as I'm entering my 40s, I've achieved a lot of things that I want to achieve, and I'm building a great lifestyle for myself. So that's really, really cool. This is a really amazing exercise that you can do. It's called the Wheel of Life. So there's certain areas of your life that you want to work on, which is your physical, financial, business, lifestyle, mental, spiritual, family, and relationship. So when you finish doing your assessment, you can actually measure how well you're going. This is one of the most powerful exercises that you can ever do. It's called the Weekly Rhythm Register. I've recorded a video on this the other day. You might want to check it out. But this register this has actually changed my life. So what it is that the whole essence is that you want to be doing 1 or 2 things every single day that will enable you to achieve the life that you want in those specific areas. So remember how we're talking about health, wealth, relationships. So for example, 3 additional calls, right? So let's have a look at this one. Did you make 3 additional calls today? As in, this is a sales thing, right? So you want to hit, let's say you're making 10 phone calls, you want to do 13 phone calls. So did you do that today? Yes, you did it on Monday. Okay, but you didn't do it Tuesday, Wednesday, but you did it Thursday and Friday. Okay, so you did 3. Your goal was to do 5. 3 additional presentations, okay? So Tuesday and Thursday. Did you do this? And so forth. Did you do 30 minutes of cardio? Did you do weight training? Did you read 10 pages of book? Did you listen to 30 minutes of instructional audio? Did you drink your water? Did you eat healthy breakfast? Date night with the spouse? Dedicated time with the kids? Prayer, meditation time? Daily journaling? So the whole purpose of this is that you need to track the key behaviors and activities that's going to lead you towards the achievement of your goals. And what you do is at the end of the week, you want to measure how many of those things that you did, and then how many of those things that you did out of the target. And then from that point, you can actually track what's happening. And the compound effect really kicks in, because it's not just 1 week that's going to really change your life. It's actually a long period of time. So let's say you did this for 2 years. Imagine where you'll be if you did 30 minutes of cardio for a long period of time. Imagine where you'll be if you made those 3 additional calls. Imagine where you'll be if you did those presentations, liters of water, healthy breakfast, all those type of things, right? So it's not just 1 week, it's all about tracking. So that was a really powerful, that's a really powerful method there. So, and this part here in this section, so it gives you a lot of the different ways in which you can review your week, how you can fix it, what you're grateful for, and what you're planning for, and so forth. And it gives you the weekly rhythm register. So that's the rest of the book. It gives you the worksheets and so forth. So that's Living Your Best Year Ever. As you can see, it's a really powerful course. It really covers the whole essence of your life. It covers your health, wealth, relationships, and finance. And I think it's a really solid system. It's based on, I think, two decades of Darren Hardy's work. He's done some amazing work in the personal development industry, and he's one of the rare few that has really nailed it down to what really it means to achieve success. He's not the type of guy that's all out there and he's all fluff and everything as you see on social media. He's one of those real deal guys. He's actually sat down and interviewed these really successful people, and he's got the goods on what it means to achieve great success. So I hope this video helps you in living your best year ever. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next one. Cheers.